Okay, so good evening, everyone. AI is the most important tool in our digital life. Due to the help of AI, the artificial intelligence, we can check heartbeat, healthcare system, and find quick information about various subjects and topics and solve complex programming issues. Today we have two honorable guests. Those belong to AI system and specializations. Those are one is from Pakistan and one is from United States. So can you please introduce yourself, Sir Zahid?
Okay, thank you very much. So I am not AI expert actually. I am AI user and I am a social scientist and I have to see how this AI is basically facilitating things and all that. I am currently working as professor at School of Economics. My major is in econometrics basically and statistics and data and all that. Oh,
Thank you.
that's all from my side.
Thank you
Thank
so much. Thank you so much. Now move forward to Brian.
Yeah, so my name is Brian Park. I met Cedra at the International Student Conference in Florida. That's how we get to know each other. And then I'm also not an AI expert, but I'm really, really interested in technology and artificial intelligence and the progress of it. Uh, I'm a student at the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. I study drones. The major name is unmanned aircraft systems. So we basically like learn about drones and then the regulations, how will it progress as the technology progresses. So yeah, like my main interest is like all technology stuff.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Let's move forward to the questions. We have JN Washington members, Kellen Clark, thank you, David, thank you, and Kewan. Thank you so much. They have questions for you guys. Let's start with the David. Yes, David, you have question for us?
Okay. Thank you both for being here with us and participating in this interview. I am David Washington, the owner and founder of Jay in Washington. And my first question, as an icebreaker, and maybe hopefully not a tough one, but AI is replacing search. And however, there's the advent of AGI, artificial general intelligence. And so I'd like to know a little bit more or have a conversation about AGI and how will it transform how we utilize it in our everyday lives.
So, may I talk? Okay.
Yeah, sure, sure.
So basically, we have to first of all understand two things. One is generative AI, another one is artificial generative intelligence. So far, these large language models, LLMs,
Mhm.
basically these are linked with generative artificial intelligence. Artificial general intelligence means just like human reasoning, it will have mind, and the next stage will be artificial super intelligence. At the moment, the type of AI we are basically using, or the world is facing, or we are basically utilizing its capacity, capabilities, that is generative artificial intelligence. Generative artificial intelligence has the capacity to generate contents by learning from its data. So
Right.
how it is replacing, so we are basically going to talk how when will and how artificial general intelligence will materialize. Basically no one exactly knows at the moment. The knows no, they are working on it. It may take 5 years, it may take 10 years, it may take 2 years. Actually this breakthrough we don't know, and it will be just like as if I am happy, you'll look at me and you'll also smile. Okay, so but at the moment the generative intelligence we are using, basically if you even annoy this, it will not be annoyed. It has no brain at the moment. It has the capacity to generate contents to mimic human intelligence, but it's not basically still at that level of human reasoning and like you see sentiments and these type of things.
Okay.
So now I come to the question of Washington. Basically, search was something which was already present in your system.
Correct.
So it was something that if Kevin has written an article and I am searching it, I'll get that article. Kellen has something, a blog, I'll get that blog. If your organization address, I am interested in that, I'll get that. But it cannot generate contents at its own.
Hmm.
Whereas this large language models, which we call generative artificial intelligence, it has the capacity. I write it, dog is. Then it tells me it's animal. Okay.
Hmm.
So you see, I am using these words as my mother, as my mom, basically to, when I was when
Yeah.
I was kid, or any baby. You see, mom, ba. So basically these are the data which basically passes goes to that child brain, and then its neurons basically connect those words and he or she starts speaking. So basically generating contents. Similarly, these LLM models, large language models, basically we have all these text data with machines, we have all this data with machines, and
Hmm.
now machines have the capacity to generate contents. That's first time in human history. Even 2019, 2020, hardly anyone was thinking that this is going to happen.
Yeah.
So there is
I
a difference between search and generative artificial intelligence, that it can generate contents, images to text, text to images, text to video, video to text, and this is the capacity. Whereas search was simply that what is already available on the internet.
There
okay.
you
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's move toward the Brian. Would you
Yeah,
like to answer this question?
of course. I
Okay.
think Professor Zaid gave us the very sophisticated answer. So I'm gonna provide my student perspective,
Yeah.
how my life will, impact, or students' life will get impacted. So, as a student perspective, I my first year in Embry-Riddle was like 2019, and at that time, no one used the ChatGPT to do the homework stuff back then.
go.
But now everyone uses it for
Yeah.
solving quizzes, even like, I don't know, to study tests. So
Oh
like
yeah.
2019 to 2024, it has been 5 years, and it has been like very rapid technology growth in the students' life. And to say like how will it transform how we will utilize that everyday lives. Of course, students use this for solving questions and ask, type the prompt in the ChatGPT, get the answer. And now even like in the Apple newest software update, you can draw something on the iPad and it's gonna solve the math questions. So from the student perspective, I think it's very, I would say, great because they will use technology to get good grades and to pass some classes. But that's the upside. But when you say the downside, it's like when you always ask, like, give a prompt to AI, how will you learn by yourself? Like, if you know, do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Like, yeah. So I don't know. I'm not the AI expert, but uh, I have been asking questions like how, in our school, uh, most of the students are pilots, and
Okay.
they are all using, what they call Cessna airplanes, which,
Simulators.
sorry,
I'm sorry. No, I was saying simulators of some sort.
simulation.
No, that's
The,
different. That's different. I think you used Brian. This I think this technology. If I'm correct, in your drone, I remember you had the drone.
The drone, yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
But when I was talking about the like a traditional airplane,
Yes.
and I've already done podcasts with my friends, and then they say, no, AI or like those technology cannot replace pilots. and some says no, it's going to improve so much that it will replace humans, at some point.
Oh wow.
And I don't know. I can just go on more and on about this, but it will. I mean, it's already changing our students' life,
Yeah.
aggressively.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just curious, like, interesting to see how it goes in 2025. It's more
Yeah.
rapid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
just gonna jump in here to add on to what Brian's saying. Well, I've been studying advertising,
Mhm.
and it has been a very wide, ranging thoughts and feelings on the matter. A lot of people, almost religiously use ChatGPT to get the gears turning for classes. And there was one time we even compared like our own headlines to those of AI. Sometimes the AI would win, usually it wouldn't. But it's kind of this interesting thing that you know why necessarily pay for such a service if you can chat GPT and come out with headlines. Maybe they're not the greatest headlines or the greatest branding or the greatest things, but they function.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's always been that sense of like, how much more advanced are we going to have to be to stay ahead? It's been a
Uh,
common question that I hear.
let's move to
Yes.
the second one. We have very short time today. So,
Mm.
Kellen, you have question?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
um so the more and more AI, they pull things off the internet. These different companies that make different deals to get access. Like I believe there's one recently that got a bunch of access to a bunch of Shutterstock images. Um, a lot of artists are concerned, especially those who are in image licensing. People get their images licensed, whether it's a photography, whether it's art, who are now concerned that as more and more stuff that would otherwise be licensed is fed into the AI, that their work is going to be emulated. So if I were like a creator and I were like trying to make my stuff published and visible, but not necessarily contributing to a generative AI model, where would I begin to look? Do you think?
So you are asking that what will happen to those who are basically creators and all those working with generative AI when generative AI is there? Is it
Yes. Yeah.
okay? Okay,
How
okay.
do we get our stuff
It's it,
published without feeding into a
it's
model?
it's a very tough question. Frankly speaking, it's really difficult to basically uh, tell that how to cope with these challenges. Uh, as per best of my information or the readings I have gone through, we have to become continuous learners. And first time in human history, basically you are getting power for your brain. Basically, you have second brain, you have second hand. Before all this, all technologies were basically giving power to your muscles. So this technology will obviously disrupt these changes, particularly these creative things, this music and art and painting and all that will affect. There is only way that we have to be continuous learners. We have to be critical thinkers. We have to work how to work. We have to learn how to work with AI, not against AI. We have to work. We have to learn how to work along with machines.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay. Let's move to other Brian. Would
Yeah.
you like to answer?
Of course. Yeah. So
Okay.
I highly agree with Professor Zaid. And as I take photos as a photographer, I make videos for fun in YouTube, and I have drones. I make drone videos. I have a Sony A7 IV. I take film, making into short movies and stuff. And I have been hearing a lot of controversy about, hey, like, is really AI going to replace all the artists, like photographers, music artists, like singers, filmmakers? And I, for now, at the moment, I don't think so, because um, I s- I'm not sure have you guys seen, but there's a new Google's video AI software called VO. Have you guys heard of that?
No,
I
No.
heard of it.
No.
Yeah. So they released that one, and then opening as Sora, I think that's what it called.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I saw them, and then it's not uh, perfect, or it's not genuine what humans would do. Like, let's say, I don't know, hey, Sora, create a movie about five people, six people doing a podcast about AI, it wouldn't, portray this stuff. We have the humans that actually have to record the whole thing and then edit with a storyline. And I do not think at the moment AI cannot catch the storyline what humans would do in a human way. So in the artist side, um, I still think photographers, human photographers, will still keep their job. Singers, I think they will still keep their job because I also saw the other news that there's like a award that this AI won the singing or I don't know artist award in somewhere,
Oh
and
wow.
I don't know. It
The
doesn't
DJ one.
feel
I saw the DJ app. That's maybe they will replace with the AI. So I saw that one.
yeah, yeah. I
Only
don't
that.
know. I
I may add a Harvard Business Review basically article. AI is not going to replace humans, but humans who are going to use AI are going to replace who are not using it.
That is true. Yeah, I
Uh,
agree. Yeah.
okay. Okay. Let's move toward the Kevin.
All right. So obviously, this conversation is only possible because of like globalization and the connections between different like parts of the world and cultures. So how do you think AI will affect globalization?
Okay. This is another very you see difficult thing to basically predict or describe. This is, as I mentioned, that usually what has been happening over time that we economists think that rising tides raise all the boats. But first
Okay.
time we are seeing that some people are going to be worse off. Some people will lose their jobs, particularly these white collar jobs, these automated tasks, these basically routine tasks, and this the things related with your soft skills. Those are basically going to be replaced, especially coding, writing, and all this. So basically, there are concepts going on, universal basic income, that you need to have more strengthened social security programs, so that those who will be replaced by these, whose jobs will be replaced by this AI, they should get some other opportunities. And as I mentioned earlier, that how to work in alliance with these machine capabilities. And Hariri, basically, you all know Hariri book, this Nexus, and other books. First time it's happening in human history that we don't know what type of skills we need after 1 year from right from now. So therefore, this is basically going to affect many things. It's going to automate many tasks, and we have to basically, it will be experiential learning, and we have to devise solutions accordingly. Exactly, at least I don't know basically how it's going to affect, but it's going to affect the, you see, the less skilled people. You have to go for reskilling, upskilling for everyone at every level.
Wow.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Okay. Now we have. I think they have second question. So let's
Or
start with the.
do you want to give
I
Brian
will
an
ask.
opportunity to answer the question or
I think Brian already answered for this question. Yeah,
oh,
he
okay.
answered. Yes. So let's move to the second question. So David.
Oh, I'm up. Yay. Okay. So, Professor and Brian, what are your top AI newsworthy events that you anticipate for 2025?
Can I go in?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. Go
Of
ahead.
course.
Okay.
Go ahead, Brian.
Um, okay. So in 2025, of course, the AI learning skill will be rapidly go up, and I'm a huge. I think Sira know that I'm a huge fan of Tesla. I'm a shareholder of Tesla.
Yeah.
I'm keeping all the news of Tesla, and
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that 2025. I think the deregulation of autonomous car will be getting higher, which means like there will be more autonomous driving self-driving cars in the road more than 2024, because this new government is more fan of deregulation. And I highly think that Tesla is the leader of the self-driving technology in autonomous industry. And of course, there's other industries, companies too, like Waymo and Cruise. But recently, Cruise got it just got canceled, and the Waymo, they are still using later lidar technology and all that stuff. But I don't know, because governments is changing, and then they're more fan of deregulation, and it is also pro crypto, and which means it would, I think, use more AI technology in those industry. So as a person who's coming from the more interested in self-driving technology industry, I think autonomous self-driving car will be more popular than 2024 in 2025.
Yeah,
Agreed.
because Elon Musk is in power currently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, fine. Basically, there will be huge investment in this AI by different companies. First of all, to get dominance in the market, because they are investing billions of dollars and they have to get back money. Secondly, there is a challenge that you have linear gains already there. Low hanging fruit principle, you have plucked it. Now this AI development will be more have non-linear aspects as well. So companies have to invest more, and social scientists and other policymakers may be considering more on ethical issues and hallucination biases issues than,
Right.
besides this development of AI.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. So let's move to the Kellen.
Yeah. So you mentioned, Zahid, that a lot of the white collar positions is now what's being done now. Throughout most of history, we had tools to replace labor mostly, but now we're replacing minds. What would you say? What would you describe as jobs that are generally safe from AI?
Mm.
This white collar jobs will be are at you see high risk, while jobs like nurse, jobs like you see manual jobs, waiters, and all these type of jobs will not be replaced by AI, because robotics world will take a lot of time when human labor will be very short, like South Korea, Japan, and all that. So white collar jobs at high risk, while the other manual jobs will not be at high risk, and those who will continuously upskill, reskill themselves, they are continuous learners, they will be at less risk.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Um, I think the jobs would be replaced, maybe not immediately in 2025, but very soon. It's the very repetitive manual jobs, such as I can say
The
uh,
restaurant, jobs in
the
restaurant.
the restaurant servers. Yes, here in Daytona Beach, there's a one great restaurant called NY Korean Barbecue, and they already have a server that
Yes.
is a robot.
I've
Uh,
seen
they put a robot what I call the trays on the robot. It's like a three-level trays, and then the owner or the worker put the food in there and type the table number, and it goes to that. So and they don't have to give a tip if it's a server is a robot. So that server, and mm,
The hospitals.
probably,
Robots.
sorry.
We have robots in hospitals.
we do.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
We do.
yeah. There's a one. Um, I will say dealerships, like a car auto dealerships. Like
Oh,
nowadays, people are. I think the trend is changing. Like uh, it's like the phone. You can or it's like Amazon. You can order products from online. Then why shouldn't cars be like that? Like for
good
example, like
point.
Tesla, they can
Yeah.
order cars from Tesla in the website. You just have to go there and receive it. And I think the dealership people will keep reducing.
Yep. Okay, let's move toward the Caleb.
All right. So can you explain the difference between AI, machine learning, and deep learning?
Well, machine learning and neural networks, basically these you may consider as subsets of AI. Basically, what is machine learning? Machine learning is something that you have data. That data is basically, you may call it as training data. All the web material that has been available on internet, that has been used as data for artificial intelligence. And using that machine, basically they try to predict the things. So machine learning was mainly related with the prediction aspect, which we call traditional AI, which we call descriptive AI. And machine learning, when its element of content generation at its own was added, that was basically your artificial intelligence. And what is neural network? Basically, just as I mentioned, that when we teach a kid some words, and then those basically linkages are developed through neurons of that kid, and then content is generated. Basically, this neural network, these we call it chat gpt, trillions of parameters. What does that mean, trillions of parameter? That you have artificial neural networks of machines, and when data is there, when I give a text message, and then the machine neural networks, basically it passes through that transformer, GPT, generative pre-trained transformer. So basically data which is already there, that is your pre on which machine has been trained, then that passes through that transformer of neural networks, and you get as you generate contents. So therefore machine learning, artificial neural networks, these deep neural networks, basically all these fall under the omen of this artificial intelligence. You may call these as subsets of this one. Basically, if you go a little deep in this story, deep mind, while it was working on this go game, alpha go, so first time in 2014,
Yeah.
15, 16, it has happened that machine learned the move at its own. Before
Yes.
this, everyone was basically, a machine was doing what has been coded in it, but it learned some moves at its own. And then they basically got hope that machines can generate contents, machine can uh, 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 generate contents, things like humans. So then this llms and what we are now calling generative AI. So to me it's basically a little lengthy topic, machine learning, artificial, but this is the concept which I think uh,
Okay.
Okay, thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move toward Brian. Would you like to answer?
No, I think he said it everything.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Let's
Yeah.
move toward our last question. That is, David, you have your last question?
Yes. I'm interested in what we could do with AI in our political consulting. And what I'm learning is that there's these AI autonomous agents that are specifically created for specialized tasks, like a chat GPT for just video creation or things like that. So my question is, what are autonomous agents, and how can political innovators like ourselves improve workflow with these autonomous agents?
Frankly speaking, this part has been partially answered already. This automation of tasks, and you have reports, and all those things can easily be generated. Content, video, images, and even you can generate music. You can write a beautiful poem and all that, and your many tasks. But I'll talk one special aspect which is very important, and I thought you are going to talk about that, and that is your ethical, that is your basically these agents. I'll not say autonomous agents, but basically artificial intelligence has very deep downside as well.
Okay.
Basically, this AI, basically atomic. Pakistan is now a nuclear power. Okay, but you see, this nuclear development cannot take place without a country's support. So you have seven, six, eight, nine, 10 nuclear powers, and you can have a basically comprehensive test ban treaty, NPT, and all that. But V6 can develop the AI model which can harm the society. We can do basically something wrong with DNA, and then we can destroy this world. So therefore, this has a very deep downside as well. That
Okay.
basically you cannot control it. Verity Harding book is excellent one. AI needs you. That's an excellent read for political science students. AI needs you, and Sulman Mustafa book, The Coming Wave. That's also an excellent read, and both are basically tech joints. So they are themselves warning this. So this there is a downside, and that downside is very how we can overcome this downside. That's a very big fundamental question. Second aspect is that it has biases, although I am not very much concerned, because we all are biased. So just like human, as I am biased because I have data in my through my books, through my society. So I say what I know. So therefore, I may be biased. Same is the case with this AI, but still there are some ethical issues. For example, it gives more negative things about some races, and it gives positive
Right.
things about other races. So these are the things which we need to consider carefully.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. That is something that rarely comes up, are the ethical issues
Yeah.
Yeah.
regarding AI. But thank you for bringing that up, sir.
Yes. Brian, yes. Would you
Yeah.
like to answer? Okay.
So yeah, the question was about the autonomous agents and what are they, and then how are they using in our life, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So the one example I have experienced personally was the using the autonomous chatbots in the my Mint mobile, because I have to ask something about
Ah,
like data plans and something, and then it could be this specific company, or I'm not sure about other autonomous chatbots, but this sucked because I asked some complex questions, and then it just keeps asking that's not in our database. Ask different types of question, and they like give us only three options, so I must choose one option among them. But my question was other than these, but the AI chatbot was keep you know giving me these three prompts. So personal experience, autonomous chatbots in these small companies are not nearly good as other big companies. Um, Plus, I wasn't sure, or I was not aware about the AI impact on the political side, because I frankly didn't know that politics were using the AI to, I don't know, promote their party, or maybe they can use the AI to, I don't know, create some, I don't know, dope, I don't know, short video to promote our party or whatever.
Up and out.
right.
Other than that, autonomous chatbots I have experienced so far wasn't nearly good as ChatGPT. If ChatGPT is integrated into, those small companies' autonomous chatbots, it can be great. But if they're using their own system, I think they still got to improve.
Yeah.
In
I
the in the
have mobile and I've used that chatbot and I've had problems with it too, so I can relate to you on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
most recent U.S. elections, Brian,
Mm,
the Trump campaign did use AI in speech writing for
mm.
the president elect, and also in creating deep fakes.
Oh yeah.
That were
Yes.
not
Yeah,
salacious. However, it did help in the meme war. The meme war. But Donald Trump did comment how efficient and remarkable using a tool like ChatGPT
right.
to enhance his speeches.
Mm.
Okay. Thank you. And I think the last question. is from my side, and that is related to the basically the negative, the consequences of the AI, and specifically for Zahid, I have a question for you that how non like the non-state actors can use the AI technology. I know you know the politics a little bit, so can use it against the state policies.
Actually, I think I have answered this question
Yeah,
earlier.
I know you answered, but recently,
One negative, as Brian was mentioning, and Kellen, that they use AI for their assignment help and all that. So basically, if we are producing graduates of the same level at which AI can give the solutions, it means it's sure that we are creating unemployed graduates, because this is a very deep downside. Because if we don't develop critical thinking, and our students and professors, they basically use chat gpt, and there is a reduced difference between grade A and grade C when we go for assignment grading. So these days I'm not going to assign it the way I used to. So this is another downside. And this politically, you see deep fakes. This is a
yeah,
book, calling full bullshit. That's another interesting read, calling bullshit, right? Deep fakes. Basically, you see, perception does more damage, and it has already done its damage when reality emerges. So
Yeah.
therefore, this is and I am mentioning. You see, you have for example, an incident. You can generate artificially images, AI images, and you'll see that people, there is a firing on people. There are dead bodies, everything. Actually, there was nothing. As you have seen this Islamabad scenario, Sidra might know. When
yeah,
I visited that place, there was nothing. Every road was neat, clean. But when, if I am sitting in my home just 5 kilometers from my the place where people were reporting that incident, basically those deep fakes, those you see crimes in Syria, prison.
yes,
No, people are using those places, and they are generating images for in their own countries, and they are trying to predict a picture. They are trying to portray a picture that these atrocities are going in our jails as well. So therefore, this is as we have seen that Israel probably used this drones, and it has probably not exactly target the person they wanted to kill. It has killed more than 3 4 5 people as well, right? So basically, these are the things on which we have to be very very careful, that those robots, if they basically target the right person, I have no issue. But if they are basically trying to kill four instead of one, then that's a big ethical issue. So there are things going on, and how can this be ethical, and what will be regulations? That's the question. As I have mentioned, that in nuclear power you have country level, you cannot develop without country support. But AI, V6 can generate something which can do harm to the society, then good.
okay, thank you, sir. And yes, Brian, would you like to add something in it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, negativity on AI. It's a it's a tough question because I'm a pro AI. I love using those technology are given to students. AI help us in many situations. But of course, when there's a a like a one side, there's the other side, which is
Yes,
as the professor Zahid said, students use ChatGPT or other AI stuff to solve questions from homework. Back in the old days, like let's say 4 years ago, they need to get a pencil or marker and do math homework by themselves. But nowadays, since almost everything is in online, there's just copy and paste the questions, and AI will solve it. And then students, as I did before too, uh, those copy those answers to Canvas, and then boom, there's your 100 score. So it's it's very interesting and but tough. Like, yes, you solve questions fast, you'll save time, you get 100. But the other side, you really are not using the whole many parts of the brain. And that's the first part. And the second part is, as a person who is majoring in unmanned aircraft systems, drones are a very big part of the AI. like recently, Ukrainian Russian war, they use drones, and then like drones are a big part of our conversation in the whole AI world now. And recently, Anduril partnered with OpenAI. I, I think it was OpenAI to make their drone fleet.
Oh wow.
And in the geopolitical side, yes, the people or the group who's using the high tech with the AI will have advantage, but the other side who doesn't have advantage with no AI technology and stuff will probably lose because this side is using the AI technology, which means they will use lesser actual human soldiers on the war if that happens, but this
Right.
side will use more manpower. So this side has more of a advantage, uh, killing a lot of people using their resource. If you guys know what I'm coming from,
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
Okay,
the
yes.
cost
thank
will be
you.
greater. The cost will be greater for the one using manpower.
Yeah,
right.
thank you,
Yeah.
Brian. And anyone has any question, or that's all?
No, I
Yeah.
I was. Oh, go ahead, Kevin.
No, no, no.
Um,
We all three jumped in at once, so you can start first, Dave, and we'll go.
all right.
Right.
So the last question I had was sort of answered by the doctor earlier in this interview, but I wanted to pose it to Brian as well. How do you think the effects on AI on unemployment can be mitigated?
AI impacts on what?
Like unemployment and like that effects on society.
Unemployment? Okay.
Oh, so okay. So how AI will impact the uh, employment side? Is that what you're asking?
Well, how can you
Economy.
like fix the problems that AI will cause for employment?
Oh.
Oh, I think it's too late, honestly, because
That's
AI
a
is
good
part of technology, and
answer.
then if
As
the
it's
if the technology is technology is progressing whatever we do. It's like the social media side. I've been interacting with people, and then um, I have to say this again, but human jet pilots and the drone in the war area. Um, the people or the group who uses technology within AI has an advantage. Then why wouldn't people go that way? You know,
Mhm.
and I think it's like people who doesn't don't use the resource of the technology have a downside, and a lot of people or the companies realize that. That's why I think it's too late to fix it 100%.
Yeah.
That's my opinion where it's coming from.
Like,
Yeah.
right and bubbly. And I actually have a question that kind of stems off of that as well. Because AI
Okay.
assembles a big table of data. A lot of times it's from the internet as well as platforms on places
Hmm.
like Reddit, for instance. I know there's I
Right.
forget, I think it's ChatGPT that actually scans Reddit to help inform its answers. As more and more user generated content is AI generated, as more people put out AI generated content out there, as more work of professionals in white collar space or otherwise is replaced by AI, do either of you think
Hmm.
that there's a concern that AI will start training its models off of AI generated data and that could harm the efficacy of these tools?
Is there a question like, is AI training with their own data? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, exactly. Like, is that a concern that we need to look towards in the
Mm,
future?
yeah.
I think AI is getting smarter no matter what. Like as we are speaking right now, the 43 minutes, AI would have been like in the whole worldwide, AI smartness, intelligence level went so high in 44 minutes. So like
Yeah.
it's I think it's really hard to grasp like will it, I don't know, impact our life or whatever. I think no matter what we do, AI will keep progressing and progressing as the time goes.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else? Yeah, everyone good?
Yeah.
I think
Okay, I
Let's
think
do it.
that's all. Let's wrap up this podcast. Thank you so much, Zahid Asghar and Brian Park,
thank you very much.
for coming this
There's your music.
first. Then We will come with
Is the
new
outro.
exciting topic. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.